Hello and welcome to If I Ruled the World, the panel game that shows more of the ugly face of politics than Robin Cook's passport. This week, joining Graeme on the blue team is Fred MacAulay, and on the red team with Jeremy is Rebecca Front. OK, now, let's kick off with State of the Nation. We've asked our audience a number of questions, and all our potential politicians have to do is to work out the most popular answers. Now, Jeremy, the question we want you to deal with is this. Which American product should we ban? This is in the light of the banana trade war.
Well, let me say we have a relationship with America of close, personal subservience. And because of the Americans' attacks on our exports of things like cashmere, we thought we should do something to express the strength of our feeling. And so we're going to hit them hard by targeting the American export of Kendal mint cake.
Well, that's your policy, but what do you think the audience would say?
Most people here, I would say, probably either Monica Lewinsky or Frankenstein Foods, or maybe Werewolf Foods, or...
I'm going to have to press you for one
Frankenstein
answer.
Foods.
Frankenstein Foods. And the answer was, from the audience, Americans. Another suggestion from the audience, that American chocolate that smells a bit like sick. Or breasts that explode on planes was another suggestion. Somebody said we should ban Lethal Weapon 1, 2 and 4, but not 3, so... It's a bit of a film buff there. Graeme, the question for you is, what are Sundays for? What are Sundays for?
Sundays are for sprinkling little tiny bits of chocolate on top of. And,
AYS at the end, Sundays.
Yeah, Sunday. What are they for?
Yeah,
well,
what are they for?
People do lots of different things on Sundays, like washing the car and going out with the kids, doing the garden, watching telly.
What a full life you have.
But I think this audience probably remember that the Lord rested on the seventh day from his labours, and so I guess they would say shopping.
So shopping?
Shopping.
What are Sundays for? The audience replied, hangovers. 18%. I think it's a younger audience here than you're expecting.
Yes.
In fact, they went for going to the pub was 17%, and IKEA came in third.
That's shopping.
Sex and songs of praise was one person's answer. So there is still a religious aspect to the audience here. In fact, going to church got 1%, equal with drug abuse. So, there you go. Rebecca, the question was, what's the best thing about being a woman?
Well, we hear very often about the downsides of being a woman, inequality of opportunities and inequality of pay and the pressures to conform to a physical ideal. There are obviously positive aspects, as I'm sure the audience is aware. Having a perfect excuse for shoplifting, for example, is one. Looking at the audience, I would say that most of the women, probably all of the women, would say the best thing about being a woman is having intimate, girly chats with your friends. I think probably one or two of the cannier men in the audience will have said the same because they think it will get them laid. And the majority of men, and therefore I think probably the majority of the audience, would say having your own breasts.
So having your own breasts?
Yes, I think so.
OK, let's see what the audience did answer. Best thing about being a woman? Multiple orgasms.
Well, not in my experience, Clive.
No.
Is all I can say.
That beat cheaper car insurance into second place. Nipples that work was the closest to your suggestion. Fred, this is your question. What's the best thing about being a man?
Speaking personally, I think it's the fact that you can grow a beard without having to go into a freak show. And as a Scottish...
You've still got that option, I think.
As a Scot involved in politics with a beard, and I think I can speak for Robin in this as well, the best thing about being a man is there's plenty out there, you know? I think you know where I'm coming from.
Yes.
Oh, and that's another one about being a man, is you know when you've had an orgasm. And so does the rest of the cabinet.
But only one at a time, apparently, because women have multiple ones, and we don't.
Well, it depends how many days you're doing the survey over.
Yeah. So what's your answer?
I think it's bollocks.
So is that your answer or a comment on the question?
It's my answer.
Yes.
Yeah. Having something to scratch of a morning.
Having something to scratch of a morning? What was the answer, in fact, that the audience gave? Can pee anywhere. The other answers were you can throw a ball, which is as close as you got to your answer. People don't laugh at your moustache. Or don't have to read Bridget Jones' diary. So, well done, everybody, and I think you all got close, but not close enough. Let's go on to the yes-no round. It's important that a politician fails to answer a direct question with a direct answer, and the particular rule of this round is if any of them says yes or no, then we'll hear this noise, and the person saying yes or no will be eliminated. Graeme, was Prince Charles right to support the Falklands when he was in Argentina?
He was right,
Do you
and
support
yet,
the
in a
Falklands?
sense, wrong.
Do you support the Falklands?
Well, I do, and in a sense, don't.
Do you feel sorry for Argentina?
I do, in a way, but yet, in a very real sense, I couldn't give a toss.
Was it good for exporters of Union Jacks that they decided to burn them while Prince Charles was there?
That was excellent news.
Have you been tangoed?
No, I haven't had that.
Oh, you were going so well. So, Jeremy, let's turn to weightier matters. You're not interested in royalty, are you?
I have a very great interest in them. They do a marvellous job for this country.
Do they?
Well, they're not here much, which helps.
Are you excited about Sophie and Edward's forthcoming wedding?
I think the nation waits with...
Have you been invited?
I shall, of course, be invited as
Will you
a
go?
senior... I shall show my face, you know.
Why?
I shan't stay. I'll just pop my face round.
Yes. Have you seen...
Toaster.
Yeah. Have you seen the photographs of Sophie with Chris Tarrant?
I have seen them, and
Yeah.
I've enjoyed them very, very much. And I'm sure that somebody like Edward will be able to see the funny side of the marriage.
What about the budget? Did the Chancellor put taxes up?
I really couldn't tell you,
Why not?
because I haven't read the budget.
Are you on the right programme?
I'm on the right programme, but I don't have anything to do with the Exchequer side of things. You know, maths.
Are you interested in tobacco smuggling?
Fascinated.
Do you welcome the appointment of a tobacco czar?
I really do.
You do?
Absolutely.
Do you import tobacco from Belgium yourself?
Personally, I don't.
Can you name 5 famous Belgians?
Poirot.
He comes from a big family, I think you're okay. Jeremy, the budget, was it too good to be true?
Well, it was a family budget, which means there was no bad language.
Oh, yes, quite right. Fred MacAulay, are you pleased about the sale of Wembley?
Yesterday I would have been... to give you a direct answer, and I know it's a straight answer you want, Clive, but I'm not gay.
Have you ever been to Wembley?
Nobody that I know has been to Wembley.
Nobody you know?
No one at all.
Do you follow football?
I do.
Who do you support?
St Johnson.
Have they ever won anything?
No.
OK, well, Rebecca Font wins that round. Well done, Rebecca Font.